Welcome to mathematics class. In this video, I will be simplifying this two expression using the law of indices. Right? So the first thing we need to do is that let's just record the law here, right? We have about 7 laws. So the first law, whenever we have a raised power m multiply out a raised power n, they are having the same base, then we are going to have to what? A raised power m plus n, right? While the second say that whenever we have a raised power m dividing a raised power n, then we see this is simply what? A raised power what? M minus n, right? So the third, whenever we have a raised power, let me just say m multiplying n here, we are going to have to what? A raised power m n, right? So the next one we have, whenever we have, let me just say a raised power 1 over 2, then raised power 2 is equal to what? A. Then the next one that we have is whenever we have a raised power 0 is also equal to what? 1, right? So, and the next one is actually whenever we have a raised power minus 1 is same as what? Writing 1 over what? Over a. So now let's just come back to this expression. We are asked to simplify 2 raised power of 2a minus 1, then multiply by what? 4 raised power of a, multiply by what? 25 raised power of 2a, then divided by 50 raised power of a, multiply by 2 raised power of a, then multiply by 10 raised power of 2a. This is the expression that we are asked to simplify, right? So now, I'm going to simplify it using what? All the laws. Now, first step is that I will check what expression can I apply any law to. That means I can apply law to this, right? And re-express it. Then what other thing? I can apply law to this one also. This one I can apply law, and I can apply law to this one. So now let's apply this. Now we are going to have this word 2 raised power of 2a. I can also apply here. You know, I say whenever we have, recall from here, whenever we have a raised power m divided by what? A raised power n, we can have it what? A raised power m minus n. In this case, my 2a is m and my 1 is what? N. Then I can just have it what? 2 raised power a divided by what? That's 2 raised power what? Minus 1. Exactly. Then multiply by what? This is 2. 4 is equal to what? 2 squared is equal to 4. Then I'm going to have to what? 2 raised power 2a. Exactly. Then multiply by what? If you see, look at this 25. 25 is what? 5 squared, right? Is equal to what? 25. Then I'm going to have it what? 5 raised power what? 4a. Exactly. Then I will divide it by what? By, all divided by what? By this. Then I'm going to have this. No? Looking at this base very well. 50 is same as what? As writing 2 times, no, that's actually, let me just say 2 times 25. It can work. Right? So you can write as what? As 2 times 25. I'm going to have to what? 2 multiplied by 25. Then all into brackets, you put your a here, right? Then you're going to have it what? Multiply by what? 2 raised power what? Of a. Then multiply by what? I can express this one also as what? As 2 multiplied by 5. Then I'm going to have to what? 2 multiplied by 5 all raised power what? Of 2a. Now, after that, what test can I do in this case? I can just go ahead and what? And check very well. Now, listen. I'm having 2 raised power of a here. And also, I'm having 2 raised power of minus 1. So I can just apply the law one by one and step by step. Let me apply it on this numerator first. Whenever I have a raised power m divided by a raised power n, right? I'm going to write what? A raised power what? M minus n. So in this case now, I'm forming back this, right? So now I'm having to what? To multiply by 2 raised power 2a. That means I can have everything here as what? As 2 raised power what? That's 2a, right? Then minus what? Minus 1. Then this will be what? Plus what? Plus 2a. Exactly. Then multiply what? 5 raised power what? 4a. Yes. So now divided by, no, this is actually 2 times 25 raised power of a. I can express this one as what? As 2 raised power a multiply what? 25 raised power what? Of a multiply what? 2 raised power what? Of a, right? Then multiply what? This is actually 2 raised power what? Of 2a, right? Then again, I will have it to what? I will have it to be times 5 raised power what? Of 2a. I can have it like this. So now I will go ahead and simplify this denominator now. So simplifying the denominator now, I can just have it to what? I can have this to what? 2 raised power what? Of 2 a minus what? Minus 1, then plus 2. I'm still coming back to here. Then multiply what? 5 raised power what? Of 4a. Then divided by, now listen, here I'm having what? 2 raised power of a, then multiply what? this is 5 squared. Then I can write as 5 raised power what of 2a, right? This one. Then multiply what 2 raised power what of a. Then multiply what 2 raised power what of 2a. Then multiply what 5 raised power what of 2a. This expression, I can simplify it further again, so that I can have it what? I can have this now. 2a plus 2a, that's actually what? 4a. Then I'm having this one to what? To be 2 raised power what? 4a minus 1. Then multiply what? 5 raised power what? 4a. Note, I can't go ahead and what? And add it because they are having different base. This is a and this is what? B. So they cannot what? They cannot work. The power cannot be added together. Then here I will divide by what? By. Here I'm having 2 raised power a times 2 raised power a. That means what? That's a plus a. Then this is also 2, then plus 2a here. I'm going to have 2a, 3a, and 4a. So this is actually 2 raised power what? 4a, right? Then here I'm having what? 5 raised power 2a. Then multiply by 5 raised power 2a. That's what? That's multiplied by what? 5 raised power what? That's actually 4a. Right? So now I can just go ahead and separate them. Or if I like, I can just go ahead and solve it, but let me just separate them. Here I'm going to have this word to be, I can have this word 2 raised power 4a minus 1 divided by what? 2 raised power 4a, then multiply by what? By 5 raised power 4a, then divided by what? 5 raised power 4a. Right? So this and this will cancel out. They are going to give me what? 1. Then I'm going to have this word, since this and this, whenever I have 2 raised power 4a minus 1, I'm going to bring this back. So this simply represents 2 raised power 4a minus 1 divided by what? 2 raised power what? 4a, then multiply by what? By 1. Right? So that's what I'm having. So this I can actually express it as my 1. Recall, whenever I have a raised power 0, what do I have? I have it to be equal to what? 1. Then I can simply represent this as what? As 2 raised power what? Of 0. So here I'm going to have, here I'm going to have it, I had them together, right? So here I'm going to have this word to be, let me just say 2 raised power what? Of 4a minus 1, right? Then this will actually be what? That's actually be minus 4a, right? Then here I'm going to have it what? To be minus, that's actually plus 0. That's 0 minus 10. So 4a minus 4a, this will cancel out. Then I'm having everything to be equal to what? 2 raised power what? Minus 1. Right? And 2 raised power minus 1. Recall, whenever I have a raised power minus 1, that's equal to what? 1 over what? Over a. So simply, I'm going to have my 2 raised power minus 1 to be equal to what? 1 over 2. Right? So that's the answer. Then let's simply move to the next expression that I'm asked to simplify. I'm asked to simplify this, which is 3 raised power x minus what? 3 raised power x minus 1 divided by what? This expression. So if you look at this question very well, it's very, very simple. 3 raised power x, that's actually 3 raised power x minus what? 3 raised power x minus 1 divided by what? Here, if you notice, 3 raised power 3 is also the same as 27. Then I'm going to have to what? 27 multiply by what? 3 raised power x minus 27 multiply by what? 3 raised power x minus 1. So if you look at this, what can I factorize? I can factorize 27, right? So that I'm going to have this word 3 raised power x minus 3 raised power x minus 1 divided by, factorize 27, you're going to have 27 into bracket 3 raised power x minus what? 3 raised power x minus 1. So if you look at this very well, this and this are the same, so they will cancel out, right? So simply, you are going to have this, we cancel this, they are going to have it to what? 1 over 27. So that's just the answer. So this is the answer for the what? For the second one, and for the first one, we have it to what? 1 over 2. So please guys, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click on the subscription button, right? And do it to click on the notification button so as to get notified whenever I drop new video. Thanks for watching.